Hello everyone, I am Xerix Lord Sentinel, and welcome back to Century of Economy 2020. When we left off, peace had seemingly settled over the ocean, but will it last? On to the action. The previous resource rolls expired and new values were needed. In an ominous sign, the value die alone was rolled, coming up a 5, making food and finished goods the most valuable resources on the seas. An overhead of Spanish waters. With apparent doomsday avoided, several converted gold ships begin, or try to begin, to convert back to gold runners. The Ziegler has docked at the lagoon as Spanish gunships begin to move south around the far side of Voyanui. The lagoon. The Ziegler has docked and the new Corsair hires have loaded finished goods. El Toro patrols the inside of the lagoon. The pirates maintain their presence around Voyanui, but begin to pull their good gunships back even further. Their home island is in the distance, overflowing with uncached metals and surrounded by a mixture of gold ships, gunships, and hybrids. The lumber fleet sets sail. The value of lumber has fallen drastically with the resource change, but not enough to turn the lumber into crops. The iceberg at the French home island moves, narrowly missing the Carcajo. The Spanish deploy their hired ships mixed with ships that fly their flag. The French seem to have backed off somewhat, but still maintain a presence in the northwestern ocean. The Voz de Dios and a Corazado swap crew and set sail. Blanco was left behind on the island, as a precaution if the krakens of the pirates ever succeed at their roles. The Dynasty and Wind are still repairing, while the Temple, Virtuous and Divine Wind, have set sail in an easterly direction. From the north looking south, an aerial shot of French home waters. The pirates have established a line of battle to the east, stretching from the Pathway Island to the northern portal and the Bastille. French territory has shrunk drastically since they attacked the Spanish, losing control of both Kanohi and Pathway Islands. Despite this, the French have managed a steady income and have just as much gold as the Spanish, possibly even more. The pirates once again form a super dense line of battle, this time using only their best. The Kanohi Dragon is well positioned in case the war with Spain resumes. Pirate home waters. The Bauchuan has been a major boon to the pirate gold effort. Dozens of ships are tasked with gathering resources and bringing them back to the home island. At the ocean's edge, the pirates seem to be constructing a chain of ships, though to what point is unclear. Finished goods are valuable, and the pirates are focusing their efforts on the Pyramid Island which produces the resource. The Phantom is stationed at the Level 5 colony, just behind the defensive line against the French. To the right, the pirate fleet on Moku are still sequestered in the fog, along with Seleucus. Conditions to the south of Pyramid Island are much less crowded, with more open ocean visible. Ships are taking lumber from the Triangle Island further south to the colony, where it is picked up and transported either directly to the pirate home island, or to the Pyramid Island and then home. The Spanish home island. They are having difficulty converting some of their ships back to pure gold runners. reasoning that conflict could resume at any time and the armistice will be broken. They cash in all resources on their home island and convert as much of that gold into 100 value coins as they can. In total, they have close to 4,000 gold at their disposal. However, they have almost literally no other ships they can launch. French home waters are crowded with ships, as they have been since the start of the war with Spain. Waterways are less congested to the west, around Bone Temple and St. Pierre. The southeastern ocean. The pirates completely control this area of the ocean, but do not have a heavy warship presence. Instead, gold ships preside over the ocean here. The same cannot be said of the area around the Archway Island and the strait between Voyanui. Gunships stretch from the Flat Top Island to the far south, all the way to the Pathway Island in the north. Spanish home waters. Gold ships continue to bring in resources, and like the French have been doing, the Spanish cash them in as soon as they arrive, except for medicine, which is not valuable. Despite the heavy pirate presence, the French place a town on the Pathway Island, giving them control of the island once again. The Notre Dame begins to appear at the Bastille. At this time, it was decided that the resource values would change. The die was rolled and came up a 4, making lumber and medicine the most valuable resources on the sea. With the knowledge that medicine was once again valuable, the Spanish put a concentrated effort into acquiring the resource from Voyanui. Ships depart at once for the whirlpools. From the west looking east, the bulk of Spanish firepower is concentrated in this area of the sea, ready to respond to hostilities from either the French or the pirates. No longer in active combat, several French ships depart the home island, freeing up docking space at the small island. Pirate home waters. The Lady Scorn is carrying a port upgrade and heading for the whirlpool. Ships of the lumber fleet are emerging from the same whirlpool. The pirates have huge quantities of metals on their home island. They are waiting for metals to be worth their max value before cashing them all in. The lumber fleet continues operations in the Southeast Ocean. The French upgrade the town into a trading port on the Pathway Island, once again allowing them to trade with other factions. A chest with 6 gold is unloaded at the French home island. Tutorial Island is located in the far northeast corner of the ocean, right on its edge. The pirates have constructed a town here and are about to upgrade it to a trading port. The Krakens are also stationed here, well away from any combat or ability that could potentially kill them for good. French home waters. They have re-established a trading port on Pride Rock and are focused on gathering as much gold as they can, and doing it faster than the Spanish or pirates. The pirates construct a trading port on Tutorial Island, their main source of metals. Ships continue to emerge from the whirlpools by the home island, carrying lumber mostly. An iceberg hits the Deliverance and Feathered Hat, eliminating a mast from each ship. The Spanish are attempting to gather medicine from Voyanui in an efficient manner, but more local resources such as finished goods and metals are easier to acquire. A level 3 colony has been built on the lagoon, sharing space with the fort and the port that had been built there. The French home island. Icebergs make maneuvering difficult and docking even more troublesome. Despite this, the French have done well to steadily accumulate gold. The pirates have brought many of their ships to land, surrounding Tutorial Island and much of the space at the home island. From the east looking west, the pirates are establishing a chain of ships that will go from the colony in the south to Pyramid Island in the north. From the south looking north, ships are arriving that will form a chain from the colony to the Triangle Island. Rananoidia has repositioned on the Archway Island, leaving the Doombox Flotilla in the sea to the west. The resource value changed once again, with the 3 coming up for value, making spices and metals the most valuable resources on the sea. The Spanish are excited for the high value of metals, but mildly disappointed that they do not have any access to spices. The chain of Corsairs comes to life, transporting metal to the home island, while the Hidden Cove Squadron renews their efforts. A wide shot of almost the entirety of French territory. They have regained control of most of the islands that they lost during the 2 wars, but their willingness and ability to fight has been diminished greatly. With word that metals are valuable once again, every pirate ship at Tutorial Island loads a full hold of the resource and begins to depart for the home island. The lumber fleet sails past the colony, heading straight for the Triangle Island. The piles of metal on the home island only grow as ships use extra actions to dock at home. A wide shot of Voyanui. All is peaceful and well. Suddenly, a low grumbling sound can be heard, and the ground begins to shake. Voyanui erupts. Cascades of lava flow down the sides of Voyanui Mountain and into the sea and onto the ships docked at the beach. A terrible disaster. The Spanish military report has wiped off the island in the destruction, and every treasure remaining on the island is removed as the lava continues to spill forth from the mountain. A wide shot of this terrible calamity. The ships inside the bay each gain 2 fire masts and lose another. The effects of the volcano are felt all around the island as ships outside the bay gain a fire mast and lose a regular one. The volcano spared no one from its wrath. Here the Ebro has been consumed by fires, while the pirate gunships on the other side of the icebergs are both down to 1 mast and on fire. The pirate line of battle is hit hard, with many ships clustered together near the island. All of them should be able to recover, but if the mountain is to erupt a second time... The Spanish have a slightly easier time of things outside of the bay, but nearly every ship inside the bay is Spanish or Spanish-controlled. Fire and smoke are everywhere, with ships left and right burning. Incredibly, the Santissima Trinidad has not been damaged in the slightest by the volcano. Voyanui Beach has been transformed into a hellish inferno, and the ships trapped there are most certainly doomed to a fiery death. Survivors of the eruption dock at Fortaleza to extinguish their fires and process what just happened. Hired ships emerge from whirlpools in Spanish waters, their eyes set on the lagoon and the safe haven there. The French feel and see the eruption of Voyanui, but are unaffected by its eruption. For them, it is business as usual. The pirates are affected by the eruption, but not to the extent that the Spanish will be. Like the Spanish, pirate survivors dock at the Archway Island to put out their fires, make repairs, and process what happened. The untouched pirate gunships begin to move away from Voyanui. The 2 ships stationed at the southern side of Voyanui race to the Archway Island, but may not make it. Already, one is consumed by her fires. The pirate home island. Fresh stores of metal have appeared on the home island, adding to their already vast stores of metals. Moved off the island for ease of movement. A fleet action is spent to try and save one of the guard ships, but she comes up short of the Archway Island. An iceberg hits the Coron, eliminating her stern mast. And that wraps up this report. The wars of the sea have come to a halt, and peace settles over the ocean. The eruption of Voyanui will be a major event for the Spanish, and possibly the pirates as well. If you want to see what happens next, make sure you're subscribed. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.